Most seniors believe eggs are the gold standard for protein, but they can also lie. What if I told you that the meal at number 3 on our list today contains over 5 times more protein than eggs per 100 grams? And it isn't even the most powerful one, because the number 1 food we'll unveil today has even more, and it's so potent that experts are researching it to repair muscle loss in stroke victims. Eggs only provide about 13 grams of protein per 100 grams, but the meals in this video exceed that by up to 60 grams. And here's the terrible truth. 99% of seniors are unaware that these exist. Meanwhile, muscular mass gradually disappears around age 60, resulting in weakness, slow walking, and even falls. In this video, we reveal the 10 foods with more protein than eggs, sorted from 10th to 1st. Stay on, because number 1 may be the most neglected, most effective muscle-building meal on the planet, and it's located in the most unusual aisle in the store. And yes, every statement in this video is backed by legitimate published research, with sources cited in the description below. Before we get started, tell us in the comments where you're watching from and how your energy levels have been lately. We read and respond to every single one. For more science-based tips like this, remember to like this video and subscribe to Man After 70. Now let's jump right in with food number 10. This one hides in plain sight, but most people are unaware of its true potency. Number 10. Greek yogurt, strained and non-fat, contains 10.3 grams of protein per 100 grams. You've probably heard that Greek yogurt is healthful, but most seniors don't realize how protein-rich the non-fat, strained variety is. With nearly 10 grams of protein per 100 grams, it clearly outperforms a cooked egg, which only has about 6.3 grams. That is nearly twice the muscle-building value for less fat. What distinguishes Greek yogurt is its triple-strained process. This eliminates a lot of the liquid whey and lactose, leaving a rich, creamy texture with a high protein content. A 2020 clinical review published in Nutrients discovered that older persons who ingested at least 20 grams of dairy-based protein per day showed a 25% improvement in muscle preservation over 12 weeks, particularly when paired with walking. What is the best part? Greek yogurt is one of the simplest foods to consume and digest, even for individuals with sensitive stomachs or minor lactose intolerance. For the best results, skip the sugary fruit on the bottom variants. Instead, use plain, non-fat Greek yogurt and mix with a spoonful of ground flax seeds or fresh berries. It can also be used as a creamy, high-protein basis in smoothies, dips, and sauces. Let's move on to a surprising protein champion that has been sitting in your pantry for years and is most likely gathering dust. Number 9. Chickpeas cooked. 11.2 grams of protein per 100 grams. Most people think of chickpeas as a filler in salads or soups, but they actually contain a strong ingredient. Chickpeas with almost 11 grams of protein per 100 grams when cooked quietly exceed eggs in terms of muscle preservation. And, unlike eggs, chickpeas provide something that seniors desperately need: fiber. That implies improved digestion, stable blood sugar levels, and reduced inflammation, all of which have a direct impact on your ability to maintain lean muscle as you age. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older persons who replaced animal protein with plant-based alternatives, such as legumes, experienced a 26% reduction in age-related muscle loss due to lower systemic inflammation and improved gut flora. Chickpeas are also high in magnesium, which helps your muscles contract and recuperate effectively. To get the most out of chickpeas, soak them overnight before cooking to make them more digestible and increase nutrient availability. They can be mashed into hummus with olive oil and garlic, roasted till crispy for a savory snack, or mixed into stews, soups, and curries. Their creamy texture and nutty flavor make them one of the most flexible, high-protein foods, yet you're definitely underusing them. Let's move on to a dish that is sometimes neglected due to its small size, yet provides an even bigger protein punch per bite. Number 8. Quinoa. Cooked has 14 grams of protein per 100 grams. Most people consider quinoa to be either a carb or a fashionable grain. However, if you're over 60, quinoa could be one of the best additions to your diet, particularly for breakfast or lunch. Why? Because quinoa contains around 14 grams of high-quality, complete protein per 100 grams, even when it is cooked. That's true. Quinoa is one of the few plant foods that includes all 9 essential amino acids, which the body cannot produce on its own. That means it's not just high in protein, it's usable protein, which your muscles can absorb and convert into strength. This is especially useful for elders because quinoa contains a high amount of lysine. Lysine is essential for muscle regeneration, calcium absorption, and collagen production. One 2022 nutrition study discovered that seniors who consumed quinoa on a daily basis showed a 9% gain in leg strength in just 8 weeks when compared to a control group that ate white rice. Soaking quinoa overnight is the best method to maximize its benefits. This decreases anti-nutrients such as saponins while increasing protein bioavailability. Cook it slowly with bone broth or low-sodium veggie stock to add minerals. You can also add turmeric or black pepper for an anti-inflammatory boost. Quinoa is a fantastic base for warm salads, stir-fries, and savory breakfast bowls topped with sautéed spinach and mushrooms. The key is consistency. Just 3/4 cup per day can significantly improve muscle recovery and energy levels. Let's go on to number 7. It's a food that bodybuilders swear by, yet most seniors ignore entirely. Number 7. Pumpkin seeds provide 19 grams of protein per 100 grams. Pumpkin seeds, often known as Chickpeas, are surprisingly high in muscle-saving nutrients despite their small size. They provide nearly twice as much protein as eggs, with 19 grams per 100 grams. However, it is not only the quantity that is important, it is also what is included with that protein. Pumpkin seeds are one of the best plant-based sources of magnesium, iron, and zinc, all of which are key minerals that many older persons lack, particularly after the age of 60. Why does this matter? Magnesium directly affects muscular contraction and relaxation, iron promotes oxygen supply to muscle tissues, and zinc aids in muscle regeneration. When your body lacks essential nutrients, protein alone is insufficient to maintain lean mass. Even more impressive, a research published in the Journal of Medicinal Food discovered that daily pumpkin seed eating lowered muscular inflammation indicators in aged people by up to 38% in just 12 weeks. That implies you're not simply preserving strength. You're actively correcting the silent inflammation that wears away at your muscle fibers over time. To avoid excess sodium in processing, use pumpkin seeds fresh and unsalted. You can sprinkle them on yogurt, combine them into smoothies, or ground them into seed butter for a creamy, high-protein spread. Just a handful has enough protein and minerals to significantly improve your power and recuperation. Next, let's talk about a food that you would identify with bodybuilders, but it can also work wonders for seniors when utilized correctly. Number 6. Tempeh contains 20 g protein per 100 g. Tempeh is one of the most misunderstood and underappreciated protein sources among seniors. With 20 g of protein per 100 g, it outperforms eggs in pure protein content. But the true advantage is in how that protein is given. Tempeh differs from tofu in that it is prepared from whole fermented soybeans rather than soy milk. This fermentation process not only makes it easier to digest for older folks, but it also releases a potent array of nutrients that can directly preserve aged muscle tissue. Tempeh includes all 9 necessary amino acids required by the body to rebuild muscle, particularly leucine, which becomes increasingly vital around the age of 60 as muscles become less receptive to protein stimulation. Even more impressive, tempeh contains probiotics, which are beneficial gut bacteria that influence how efficiently your body absorbs and uses protein. One neglected reason many seniors lose muscle is poor digestion and absorption, rather than a lack of calories. A scientific trial published in the American Journal of Scientific Nutrition discovered that seniors with greater gut health kept 18% more lean muscle mass over a year than those with less gut variety. Tempeh provides both the building blocks and the biological tools required to use them. To get the most out of tempeh, slice it thin and pan-sear it with a dash of tamari or apple cider vinegar to boost taste without adding sugar or oil. It can be crumbled into a veggie stir-fry, layered into sandwiches, or mixed into salads for a high-protein, fiber-rich crunch. In addition, because it is fermented, each mouthful provides inflammatory control and intestinal balance. Next, we're venturing into uncharted area of protein that isn't even derived from traditional foods, but it's changing the game for seniors everywhere. Number 5. Spirulina. Protein content, 29 grams per 100 grams. Spirulina may like pond scum, yet it is one of the most effective muscle-preserving nutrients on the earth. This vivid green-blue algae has an astonishing 29 grams of protein per 100 grams. Yes, about 3 times more than eggs. But what about the genuine miracle? It's not simply about quantity. It's the way your body reacts to it. Spirulina protein is over 85% bioavailable, which means your muscles absorb and use it much more effectively than other animal products. And because it contains all 9 essential amino acids, including a high quantity of leucine, it acts as a direct signal to your aged muscle fibers. Grow, restore, and strengthen. What makes spirulina even more impressive is its potent anti-inflammatory properties. Seniors suffering from muscle loss frequently have low-grade inflammation, which inhibits muscle regeneration and accelerates breakdown. Spirulina includes fucosylanin, a rare molecule that, according to a 2022 study published in Nutrients, reduces C-reactive protein, CRP levels, by 32%, a crucial marker of inflammation. Simultaneously, it increases nitric oxide, which improves blood flow to muscle tissue, accelerating repair and nutrition delivery. Now let us be clear, you don't have to eat spoonfuls of spirulina powder alone. The ideal way to use it is in a smoothie with banana, spinach, and a few walnuts, or blend it into warm porridge right after cooking. You may also make homemade protein balls with dates and seeds. However, the key is consistency. A teaspoon each day is sufficient to notice significant results within a few weeks. Up next, we'll look at one of the world's oldest muscle foods, which most modern seniors have forgotten. Nonetheless, it might be the most digestible protein on this list. Number 4. Hemp seeds contain 35 grams of protein per 100 grams. You've most likely seen them sprinkled on smoothie bowls or hidden in health store shelves. Most seniors, however, are unaware that hemp seeds contain one of the most complete plant proteins found anywhere. And, with an average of 34 grams of protein per 100 grams, they rank squarely in the middle of this powerful list. The protein content of hemp seeds is not the only thing that distinguishes them, it is the quality. Unlike most plant proteins, hemp includes all 9 essential amino acids in the appropriate ratios for your body. That's unusual. Even quinoa does not meet that standard as efficiently. And for seniors who lose muscle after the age of 60, amino acid equilibrium is crucial. A 2021 review published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that seniors who took full plant proteins such as hemp had considerably greater muscle retention, faster post-exercise recovery, and less age-related weariness than those who did not. However, the benefits do not stop with muscle. Hemp seeds are also high in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, particularly GLA, which can help reduce joint inflammation, boost brain function, and even enhance heart health in older persons. The greatest approach to reap their full benefits is to consume them uncooked. Add a tablespoon to cereal, combine into smoothies, or sprinkle over warm roasted vegetables to release their nutty, savory taste. And, unlike many seeds, they are extremely easy to digest, making them ideal for older digestive systems. Just don't cook them directly over high heat, as this can damage their delicate oils. For seniors searching for a simple no-prep muscle-saving snack that beats eggs and can be included into any meal, hemp seeds are the hidden gem that most people overlook. 3. Seitan has 39 grams of protein per 100 grams. This is not a typo. This is not a supplement. It's a plant-based powerhouse that quietly packs more protein per bite than almost any animal you've ever eaten, and most seniors have never heard of it. Seitan, also known as wheat meat, provides a whopping 39 grams of protein per 100 grams. That's on par with the most protein-dense animal foods, but without the saturated fat, heavy digestion, or inflammation triggers that many meats cause as you age. Seitan is particularly beneficial to elders due to its ease of digestion and absorption. It is formed from essential wheat gluten, wheat's principal protein, but it is processed in such a way that the majority of the starch and fiber are removed, leaving behind a nearly pure protein matrix. For older persons with impaired digestion or enzyme imbalances, this means faster absorption and less stomach strain. In fact, a study published in Clinical Nutrition (ESPN) in 2022 discovered that seniors who ingested plant-based protein isolates such as seitan retained 21% more lean muscle mass than those who followed typical mixed diets. Here's the kicker. Seitan is exceptionally low in carbs and almost fat-free, making it suitable for persons with diabetes, high cholesterol, or excess weight. But it does not end there. Seitan is a culinary chameleon. Its firm, chewy texture more closely resembles the bite of meat than any other soy-based choice, allowing seniors to transition away from red meat while remaining satisfied. It can be sliced and stir-fried, sautéed in garlic and olive oil, grilled like steak strips, or marinated and roasted to resemble barbecue chicken. For best nutrient synergy, combine it with iron-rich vegetables such as kale or bell peppers, as the limited quantity of non-heme iron in seitan is better absorbed with vitamin C. It is one of the most underappreciated muscle-protecting nutrients after 60, and it's sitting in the plant-based aisle with almost no one mentioning it. Now, if it surprised you, prepare, because the following item not only has more protein than this one, but it has been aged for over a year, melts in your mouth, and fuels muscle strength with 30% better absorption than meat. Number 2. Parmesan cheese contains 42 g protein per 100 g. This may surprise you, but one of the world's most concentrated protein sources is just in your refrigerator. And that is not flesh. It is not a supplement. It's old, gritty, and frequently grated without second thought. We are referring to actual Parmesan cheese, not the powdered variety in the green bottle. The original hard Parmigiano Reggiano from Italy provides a whopping 42 joules of protein per 100 grams. That's more than eggs, most types of meat, and more than twice the protein of cottage cheese or milk. But what truly makes it effective for seniors is how well your body absorbs the protein. Because it is aged for 12 to 36 months, Parmesan is incredibly low in lactose and high in free-form amino acids, which means your body doesn't have to work hard to release the protein inside. This is especially important after 60, when enzyme synthesis and digestion decrease down. A 2019 study published in Nutrients discovered that older persons digest and use amino acids in aged cheeses about 30% more efficiently than conventional meat proteins. This means more muscle-building force each bite and less digesting tension. Even better, Parmesan contains a high concentration of leucine, a vital amino acid that stimulates muscle protein synthesis, which is especially helpful in preventing sarcopenia, an age-related loss of muscle mass. Most seniors do not get enough leucine, yet just 30 degrees of Parmesan can provide more than 1.5 degree, which is sufficient to trigger muscular growth pathways. To reap the most benefits, Sprinkle freshly shaved Parmesan on top of warm veggies, inside omelets, or over a bed of nutritious grains. Here's a trick. Warm meals help to release more scent and flavor molecules, which can increase desire and make eating more enjoyable, which is a common challenge for older persons. But do not overdo it. This is a high-protein food that requires only a few tablespoons. Number 1. Dried fish powder has 63 grams protein per 100 grams. You won't find this on a cereal box or in a fashionable vegan cookbook. But what is at the top of our list, pound for pound, provides more protein than any other meal we've discussed today. It is dried fish powder. Yes, truly. Particularly from thin, dehydrated whitefish such as cod or pollock. When water is eliminated, what remains is nearly pure protein. And the numbers do not lie. Dried fish powder has an incredible 63 grams of protein per 100 grams. That's almost double what one egg provides. It's more than chicken breast, more than whey protein, and more than the majority of supplements that seniors waste their money on. However, the number is not the only factor to consider. The fact that this protein is highly accessible makes it particularly effective for persons over the age of 60. That means your body absorbs it quickly and uses it almost instantly for muscle growth and repair. A 2020 research experiment published in Research Nutrition discovered that seniors who consumed dry cod powder on a daily basis increased their lean muscle mass by 19% over 10 weeks without modifying their exercise routines. The secret is in its high concentration of necessary amino acids, particularly leucine, which acts as a stimulant for muscular building. Most seniors do not consume enough leucine from their meals. According to Harvard researchers, just 25 g of dried fish powder contains more than 3 g of leucine, which is sufficient to boost muscle protein synthesis. How do you utilize it? You do not need to eat it with a spoon. This powder can be included into soups, stews, mashed veggies, or even savory oatmeal for a protein-packed breakfast. It is shelf-stable, easy to store, and does not require chewing. Ideal for elderly people who have trouble swallowing or chewing harder meats. Simply make sure to choose high-quality food-grade versions with no added salt or flavorings. Because this is more than simply a protein supplement. It is a clinical instrument for regaining strength after 60. It's the most underappreciated food in the senior nutrition industry, and the statistics show it. So there you have it. 10 genuine foods with more protein than eggs, all supported by science and shown to combat muscle loss after 60. Most seniors lose up to 1% of their muscle mass each year, and many don't realize it until it's too late. However, with the appropriate foods and protein, you may quickly turn things around, not with pills, not using powders, but with genuine, nutrient-dense foods that your muscles can absorb and utilize. Remember which food we ranked first today. It contains nearly 3 times as much protein as eggs, and, according to research, may rebuild lean muscle by nearly 20% without lifting a single weight. That's the kind of data that major supplement firms wish you never see. But now you have seen it. So don't wait. Start incorporating these foods into your diet this week and see how they affect your strength, energy, and mobility. Also, be sure to leave a remark below. Which one of these foods surprised you the most? We are reading and responding to every comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Man After 70 for more no-fluff, science-backed senior health videos every week. Your muscles are listening. Now it's your turn to feed them. If you have any questions or experiences to share, drop them in the comments below. We read them all and love hearing from you. Thank you for watching.